Also happening locally, live at 5, an amazing statistic. Iowa law officers shut down 290 meth labs statewide last year.
So far this year, 147 raids on meth labs have been conducted. Iowa law enforcement credits tighter restrictions on the sale of pseudoephedrine. It's one of the main ingredients used to make meth. With new rules, you can't just walk in and buy it off the shelves.
We take their driver's license and we have to enter all the data from the license into a database. I think it's a national database, and it keeps track of how much the person is purchasing. And so the database keeps track of if they're buying it from more than one pharmacy.
Even with the number of meth lab busts on the decline, it still costs hundreds of thousands of dollars each year to clean up the toxic mess left behind.
And now Iowa law enforcement plans to store contaminated material from meth labs in large containers and dispose of it all at one time. And that's instead of getting rid of it case by case. As John Chapman reports, it could save us as taxpayers hundreds of thousands of dollars.
These locked containers will be placed at 5 locations across the state of Iowa. They will be supervised 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The containers will hold contaminated materials collected from meth lab busts and will be located in 5 cities across the state of Iowa where methamphetamine production is more of an issue.
Once this container gets to the point where I feel it needs to be emptied, we notify DEA. They send a licensed contractor around to empty out our containers, and at a cost of about $200 a lab compared to $2,000 to $20,000 a lab.
The containers are supplied by the DEA and are 7 feet long, 7 feet wide, and 9 feet tall. They have their own exhaust system. They are explosive resistant, and officials say they will be safe.
And it's really no different than chemical companies, local fire departments storing hazardous chemicals at their facilities. It imposes no immediate danger on the public or the environment whatsoever.
After the first 5 containers are evaluated, officials say more containers may be placed around the state of Iowa. With photographer Mike Plews, John Chapman, WOWT 6 News.
A state law in Iowa requires all law enforcement officers to be certified and trained before using these containers.
Iowa officials plan to offer the use of the containers to states on their borders.